Before the video starts, I'd like to include a brief warning. This video will contain clips that some people may regard as spoilers, so watch at your own risk if you don't want to be spoiled. So with Parasite winning Best Picture, there's been a renewed interest in South Korean cinema. In all honesty, personally, I hadn't seen much South Korean cinema beyond Oldboy. I suppose many Western viewers who are listening to this have a similar story. However, I think Parasite winning Best Picture is a major win for cinephiles all around the world, as I think those in the Anglosphere will be more exposed to Korean films, but also international cinema in general. And from the brief research that I have done, it seems like the Korean New Wave has produced many excellent films. So like everybody else, recently I went through Bong Joon-ho's back catalogue and had the pleasure of watching all of his filmography aside from his debut release. After this, I was hungry to consume some more South Korean cinema, so I had a look on Reddit for some recommendations. And luckily, I stumbled upon the absolute gem that is The Chaser. So with today's video, I'm hoping to bring some attention to this underrated movie. So for those looking for something to watch after Parasite, or binging Bong Joon-ho's filmography, or if you've just got a general interest in international cinema, I hope I've got you covered here. So to kick things off, I suppose it's a good idea that I give you some background information about what The Chaser is about. The Chaser tells the story of a former police detective, now turned pimp. Much to his dismay, many of his employees have gone missing without a trace. His initial investigations lead him to believe that they have gone missing, or worse, been trafficked. However, we soon learn that something much more sinister has occurred. I'll try and leave it at that, as I feel like this film probably benefits from going in blind. So when taking a more bird's eye view of the movie, as the film name implies, there is a lot of chasing. Although there are indeed physical chases, the title doubles as a metaphor. The character in this bleak world are all searching for something, whether that be the innocent women simply looking to survive, the former detective looking for some form of redemption, or an evil killer engaging in sadistic evil pleasure. I think what stood out to me most about this movie is just how dark and gritty it is, but in a way that feels distinctly grounded. I remember reading a review for Oldboy on Letterboxd a while back that said the reason Oldboy works so well as a movie is because of how quintessentially Korean it is. Similarly, in this movie, the tone and thematic issues that are raised are intrinsically Korean. It is beautifully terrifying in only ways that a film from the Korean New Wave could be. Na Hong-jin combines gritty cinematography, expertly directed performances, with a tightly plotted script to deliver a thrilling film with lots of twists and turns. And I have to say, at some points, especially early on and towards the later half of the film even ventures into horror territory with some truly grim and disturbing visuals. Aside from the actual visuals, in terms of a general mood and atmosphere, The Chaser is a very, very nihilistic film. It reminds us in no uncertain terms that there is true, unrepentant evil in the world. Evil that functions in a way that we could never possibly comprehend. The scariest thing about that evil is that it walks amongst us. And even scarier is that it looks just like us. As I kind of alluded to before, The Chaser isn't exactly a movie to sit back and unwind to with a glass of wine on a Saturday night. But it is indeed an impressive piece of cinema that has its place, and to any fans of international cinema and South Korean cinema, it is a must-watch. If I haven't convinced you, then I'll leave you with a quote from one of the best film critics of all time, Roger Ebert, and I quote, "The Chaser is an expert serial killer film from South Korea and a poster child for what a well-made thriller looked like in the classic days." If that isn't an endorsement to go and watch this film, then I don't know what is.